Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is all in the charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment, subscribe to the channel, click the old bell icon for notifications to know when I go live. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on YouTube, you can even follow me on Instagram. TradingView, I sort of have an account. It is one word, it is Crypto Bull God. Of course, now, as we know, Facebook has started their own Twitter. It's called Thread. I have not signed up, not a Facebook fan. Guess I should probably sign up my account just so I can have my username, but haven't checked it out. Going to stick with the Twitterverse. But yes, now there are even more social apps, which is wonderful. So. Hey, I hope everyone had a good 4th of July weekend. Good holiday. Of course, it really wasn't a weekend. 4th of July fell on an odd day on a Tuesday. So, but I hope everyone had a nice break. You could take a little bit of a reprieve from work, at least get one day off. If you got the holiday off, got to spend it with your family or friends or whatever you're doing. When I think of 4th of July and how to spend it, I definitely think about grilling out, being outside, hot weather, having some burgers. Didn't do any grilling or burgers, but definitely was outside in some great weather. If you guys follow me on, actually, I think I put some stuff on Twitter. But if you're following me on Instagram, I think I put a couple videos out there or photos. But no, I was in Sarasota, Florida, so checking out the scene there. It was a pretty good time. Or it was actually a very good time. And very nice trip. Nice to just kind of get away for a little bit. I will be back in my usual setup by Monday, so I know don't have the home office here, so it's a little bit of a challenge when I'm struggling and doing the live streams on my laptop, and I know the audio is not the best, but I hope it's coming through okay. Um, for today's live stream, and drop me a comment and just let me know what you guys were up to for the 4th of July. Also, if you could please, I'm going to be checking the comments on my iPhone here. Let me know how the audio is coming through. I know there might be a little bit of an echo, but hopefully for now, these Bluetooth headphones are going to have to work. And I can look into if they're really that bad. I went back and listened to a recording I did in the same setup. The audio wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. So I might consider getting a new set of headphones so that when I travel, I have a little bit of a better setup. But in any event, I'm definitely excited to get at the charts today because, one of the things I had hit on when I last live streamed on Friday, which was almost a week ago, crazy to think about. Um, I was very excited by the fact that we were going to get a monthly close in June. And I had indicated that if Bitcoin closed anywhere near where it was at on Friday at that $30,000 level, very bullish close on the monthly, and I'm going to go into why that is. But really, the key level to watch for was 29,000. We don't get too cute on this channel. You might make that line 28,800 or whatever the case is, 29,000, right? Just wanted to see June close above 29,000, and I'll explain why in a moment. But as long as we could see the monthly candlestick on June close above 29,000, it is historically significant. It's also setting us up. A lot of the price indicators are moving in this direction, and I'll get into those. Really setting us up for a potential strong end of the year here. These next 6 months, we will have to see if things pan out in terms of my expectations for the market. Bitcoin creating a new all-time high this year. Main thesis is a blow-off top in Bitcoin this year. I've indicated again, reiterating the fact that we could bleed into the early part of next year, but I'm anticipating this is going to come in pretty swift and quick. It's going to be parabolic in nature, and it's going to take a lot of people by surprise. We're going to get into a lot of why these charts are setting up for really good, a solid likelihood of continued movement to the upside. And it's very important to keep in mind, guys. Very, very, very important to keep in mind. Why are we focusing on a monthly close on any of these charts where there is enough price data to actually make an informed decision about what's going on? Because Anytime where there's enough data that you can look at a higher time frame, it provides a lot more credibility to what it is you're concluding, whether it's bearish or bullish, right? So in terms of what we would want to see play out this year, it's a lot more significant, just to really illustrate this. It's a lot more significant to see bullish momentum picking up on a monthly time frame versus bullish momentum picking up on a 5 minute time frame. Okay, just to illustrate the point. So if the price indicators and price directions are moving in a very bullish direction on a monthly time frame, monumentally bullish. Kevin, glad to see you in the house. What's up, brother? Glad to see you here. Um, let's get into the charts. Let's get into the charts real quick. Just wanted to focus on lower time frame real quick for Bitcoin. 12-hour. All we're doing is chipping and chopping in between this range, this 29,600 and this $31,000 area. What I really like to see on this 12-hour, we got the golden cross last Saturday, just like I had indicated. That is historically monumental on the 12-hour chart. You can see both moving averages are trending up, and we're well above the 50 and 200. So very, very good to see. I would suspect that if we do get some sort of drop in price at this point, again, I've tried to set you guys up as best as possible and share what I look at, and never financial advice, just reading the charts and using the data. This 200 simple moving average on the 12-hour, we are at a historical point in time in terms of where price is going, in my opinion. Based on history, price will gravitate sometimes towards this 200. So if you want to see a common, or what I would view as a potential pullback area, it's right around the 200 SMA, which is sitting at 28,200. And it's going to keep increasing so long as price is up here. Something to keep an eye on. 3-day, we are getting closer and closer and closer to a bullish golden cross on the 3-day chart. Okay, let's zoom out for a moment. Okay, let's zoom out and just kind of theoretically what this could potentially look like. You can see in time, anytime we've had these golden crosses on the 3-day, what it has led to. Okay, over here, of course, we had the beer virus, but we're setting up for this golden cross. It looks like right now we're still aiming towards mid to late July. I would venture to say it'll be more towards the late July time period. So something we're going to keep an eye on. All right, now let's talk about the monthly charts. I have several monthly charts up here I want to get into. We're going to run through these things as efficiently as possible, and I'll just kind of pick out the most important points. First thing to focus on, I'll take this fractal out of the way. We've spoken about that in the past. Why do I say 29,100? This is this line here at 29,000, excuse me, not 29,100, just 29,000. Why do I say 29,000 is such a key area? Guys, if we go back in time, you can see once we cleared this $29,000 area right here, we went on a massive run. We had this correction in the summer of 2021. This is the start of the expanded flat correction, which fooled a lot of people, including myself. So what happened when we corrected? You can see we came all the way down to this $29,000 area right in here, but we did not go below it. We then continued upwards and hit 69,000 before seeing another sharp correction. And you can see over here, we wicked below it initially, but once we closed below here, we have not been able to get back above it for a very long period of time. This is the first monthly close well above the $29,000 area since, really, the last time we cleared that area was back here in January of 2021. And we stayed above that area until June of 2022. So since we closed below here, the last time we actually pushed back above on a candle body close basis, $29,000 for Bitcoin was back in January of 2021. So this, you're talking 2.5 years ago. That is significant. We stayed above this thing all the way until May of 22. So since May of 22, okay, for over a year now, prices have been below this $29,000 area. You see, we significantly closed below here. Okay, that's why that price point was so significant. Now, what am I expecting for July? I am expecting, if I am correct in my assertion that we are going to see some parabolic movements this year, I'm expecting July to print a very thick green body candle that's going to push up towards the upper $30,000 range and quite possibly into this $40,000 range. This is what I'm watching for the month of July. So we're going to have to see if that pans out. Now, what about price indicators? Okay, what about price indicators? For price indicators, you can see, focusing on the MACD first, we got our positive cross here. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to the zero trigger line. The RSI is right above these two key areas, 50 and 46. We want to start pushing above 58. Stochastic RSI looks great. And the ADXDI, which we focused on in the past, okay? You can see the body, okay? The green, it's like an alligator. The green and the red, we want that mouth to be wider. It's in it's in the appropriate direction that we want to see, momentum and trend direction in price. The ADX and DI. The ADX is well above 20. The green line and the red line is well below 20, which is what we want. We want that mouth to get wider. Now, what we want for the DI, we want this thing to cross above 20. Anytime we've seen the mouth really wide here and above the DI indicator, above 20, very wide, above 20, that's when we've seen these that's when we've seen these massive runs here, massive runs in price. So we want to see in the successive months moving forward for this DI indicator in particular to cross above 20. What about Litecoin? Litecoin is looking very healthy, very, very, very healthy. And right now, on a monthly closing basis, what we were able to do was push right up against this area of resistance at about 108. You can see the other areas of resistance I have drawn here. But let's look at price indicators. This is a very, very juicy chart. MACD is starting to round up. We have a positive cross. We're starting to get closer and closer to above zero. Stochastic RSI continues to trend up. And the RSI, actually both of these, for some reason I have two stochastic RSI indicators on there. Let's get the RSI. I don't know why I have, that's interesting. And I thought before the live stream actually, I put the RSI in here. Let's see where the RSI is at. RSI is at 50. Okay, RSI is at 50. Looks like a key area that we want to start pushing above. Let's take a closer look at RSI for Litecoin. A key area that we want to push above, it looks like to me, would be about, on a monthly, it's kind of actually hard to tell, to be honest. It looks like we really want to get above 52, which we're already above at the moment. So, but all the key to take away from looking at the monthly chart on Litecoin is that price direction is pushing right up against resistance at 108, and the price indicators are starting to move up in a curling up in a bullish fashion. Okay, something that is very good to see. Very good to see. Jorge, what's up, brother? Man, this isn't cooperating. I'll give you a heart. No homo. I'll give you a heart. People are starting agree with all-time highs. If you're saying that, so what Jorge is saying is he's starting to feel like people are agreeing that we're going to see new all-time highs this year. If that's what you're saying, I'm not seeing that. I see 95% of the population that I see on crypto Twitter, which, keep in mind, another thing to keep in mind that I've reiterated a lot on this channel, is that crypto Twitter is a very, very small population of the entire world. I know you guys, depending how much time you spend on Twitter, it may seem like crypto Twitter is like the world, but it's not. It's a very small portion of population. Retail has not gotten into crypto yet. Retail is on the sidelines. Remember what my mom said. My mom is the best indicator for retail. She said, CBG, I'm not interested in Bitcoin until it's at $50,000. Remember that. People are not going to get excited about Bitcoin until it's at 50,000 plus. Okay. But Jorge, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. I'm seeing people on crypto Twitter talking about the 4-year cycle. Again, I'll use just because he's so well known. George on Cryptos R Us. I appreciate his channel. I watch it nearly every day because the reason for that is because I appreciate that he covers the news events. It's a quick way for me to get current on news events. But what the one thing I find comical on his channel is when he attempts to turn the channel into he goes into TA and he doesn't know TA, okay? So he'll start talking about things, but he is a great example of a prominent figure in Twitter that's just regurgitating the same thing that a lot of other people are saying about Bitcoin repeating the same thing every 4 years, and I mean, it just sounds like a TV script. It's kind of hysterical at this point to me. I mean, is it possible that we could have something similar play out in this 4 year cycle theory way? Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to come out here and own it if I'm wrong. Okay, I've owned being wrong in this time period for Bitcoin, and if I'm this correction here, I was absolutely incorrect. So if I'm wrong, I'm going to own it. But I just find I find it amusing that everyone is sort of gravitating towards one this main idea and just throwing all the technical analysis out the door. Every other chart, who gives a fuck about the other charts? We're going to focus on just this 4 year cycle theory. All right, it's just sort of funny to me. Gotta go, my girl tripping, Mr. BBC. Oh, Jorge. Bros over hose, friend. My friend, bros over hose. Neffy, what's up? Good to see you in the house. Yes, bros over hose, my friend. All right, moving on. I love my female audience, though. Okay, so this is Ethereum, and this is on the monthly, all right? Now, one of the key things that I pointed out with Ethereum that it's very good to see on a monthly closing basis, you see this volatility? This is, first, let me explain what the blue line is. We've looked at this before. This is the 15 exponential moving average. Historically, when we start to get candle body closes on Ethereum on a monthly basis, above this blue line, this 15, exponential moving average, it has led to monumental rises in price. As you can see, even though we got this bit of volatility, this is the stuff that shakes people out. Oh, crypto isn't going anywhere. I'm out of Ethereum. It's fucking boring. Notice how the candle body closed, which is the most important thing that any technician would tell you. It's important where price closes. The most important thing, a candlestick always tells a story. It always tells a story. And there are many things that are important to it's important to talk about the wicks, okay? It isn't important to talk about the wicks. But the most important thing that any good technical analyst would tell you is where does price open and close? That's the body of the candle. It's the most significant thing, okay? And in this case, we closed above this 15 EMA. That's all we're concerned about on this view, okay? Again, anytime we've been above price, it's been monumentally bullish. Now, let's look at price indicators. If we take a look at price indicators, look at the way the MACD, let's just zoom out here. We don't need to zoom in. The MACD has completely, it's rounded up and it's completely flattened out right now. And this is what I'm saying. The best way, and you're going to get this from a lot of charts, the best way to describe this is right now price and price indicators are sort of, there are, what's the best way to encapsulate what I'm thinking, to put into words? Price right now is in the midst of a turnaround in the chart, and everything is coiling up. It's sort of spring loading itself. It's fucking turning up. It's spring loading itself, and it's coiled. It's continuing to coil. And I'm telling you, just based on history, when it explodes and it starts to go parabolic, it's going to be a short period of time, several months. This isn't going to be a 3 year parabolic journey for Bitcoin to go up to whatever it's going to go up to, 120 or 130,000, whatever. This is going to be several months. That's it. The same thing is going on in a lot of these charts. This MACD is curling, flattening, and about to turn up. RSI is at 51. We need to get a little higher for confirmation here. It looks like if we could break above, if we could start to break above 62, that's really where things are going to get juicy on Ethereum monthly. Stochastic RSI is curling up. It's curling up. You can clearly see it curling up here. This is looking very healthy on Ethereum. Ethereum BTC, nothing new here to share, guys. I've seen all these different theories in terms of where people think the Ethereum BTC relativity chart is going. This is on the monthly. Yes, the price indicators, the MACD, the RSI, it's all expressing some weakness here. Totally agree. Could we see some sort of dip into this green area? Yeah, sure, we could see a dip into this green area. But longer term, all we're doing in here, one could also argue this is a bull flag, by the way. You have a pole and you have a pennant, okay? You certainly have that going on. But all that's going on is we're consolidating up this top resistance, and I'm expecting at some point a break to entertain new all-time highs or possibly break those all-time highs. Remember, I have said to you guys when the question is posed, will Ethereum break Bitcoin? I think it is very possible. And if it does happen this cycle, okay, if Ethereum's market cap does flip Bitcoin, it's going to be something that's temporary. It's something that could last part of a day or a day. And I'm talking about this blow off cycle top, okay? Down the road, I don't know. We could all have a fun conversation about 5 or 10 years or 15 years from now, but I'm only talking about in the shorter term. Okay, that is my view. Now, Ethereum Classic. I had full disclosure. Well, I have everything we've discussed so far. Technically, I have a position, and I guess I should say I actually. Then I'm saying that I increased my position actually today, Ethereum Classic. But Ethereum Classic, this is one hell of a beautiful chart. Again, I'm not here to talk to you about fundamentally. We're not having a fundamental conversation right now. That's not what we're doing. Okay. What we are doing is we're having a conversation about technical analysis. And when we look at this chart, I don't see how you forget the fact that this is Ethereum Classic. This structure looks bullish. Okay. We're in a general uptrend here. We have this descending resistance. Once this descending resistance breaks, guys, Ethereum Classic is going to shoot high in price, okay? First areas of resistance, main areas of resistance I have drawn up here between 45 and 60, basically, okay? Those are the areas to watch for. You can see the MACD has flattened. Looks like it wants to curl up soon. RSI still down there at that 46 level. So we need to see it start to pick up momentum. Stochastic RSI, guys. What do I always say about the stochastic RSI? Again, this is showing strength in the price. What we need is, first off, we need the blue line above 20. Okay, blue and orange above 20. But the blue has to stay above orange. That's a positive stochastic RSI for us. Look what we got for this month to start off July with. Okay, we have the stochastic RSI at 26.4 over 22.3. So very good to see that above 20. XRP for everybody in the XRP community. All right, what do we got here? I got to see some new comments here. Okay. Oh, Jorge. All right, brother. Let's get back to these charts here. Thumbs up if you appreciate the content, everyone. I do not see Kathleen in the house. I do not see Kathleen. Kathleen has been the new enforcer because John has apparently abandoned the channel. Now, I've called John out a few times now, so I would think if John's still watching the content, he'd be dropping me a comment on YouTube, but I don't see John. Where is John? John, I miss you on the live stream, man. I hope you can show up sometime. I do miss seeing you here. Okay, this is XRP. So you can see one of the first things that's important to show here is we've broken this downward resistance. Similar to Ethereum, I'm showing a prominent moving average, which is important to show. In this case, it is a 10 simple moving average. Anytime we've gotten candle bodies closes above it, it has historically led to monumental rises in price. This is one of the most important things to keep in mind on the monthly chart, is you can see we have candle body closes that have maintained themselves above the 10 simple moving average at about 44.5 cents. Very good to see. Okay, you can see the areas of resistance here. Let's check out the price indicators. Again, stochastic RSI looks great, 77 or 78 basically over 74. The RSI is at 48. Looks like I've identified a key area on the RSI. I want to see us get above. And that key area on the RSI is at 53. Let's see on the monthly XRP chart. We want to start picking up above 53. We're sitting right now at a 48.3. MACD has completely flattened out. You can see this thing has curled back up and it's just flat, waiting for a positive cross. Looking good. Digibyte, guys. What's Digibyte? Digibyte's going to be one of these ones once it moves. I don't like to typically say I'm going to... I don't typically like to say I make predictions, but I'm going to make a little prediction on this one, all right? Digibyte's market cap has dropped all the way to, it's like at 180 or 1. Let's take a look, actually. Let's take a look together. $169. Okay, Digibyte's at 169. My prediction, my prediction for Digibyte is once it starts making some very quick moves, Digibyte is going to be back in the top 100, if not all the way up at 80 or 70. Seems kind of crazy, right? It's all the way back at 169. Digibyte all the way up in the top 100, 90, 80, 70. You really think that's possible? Yes, I think that is very possible once this thing starts moving. And I actually tweeted something out today in terms of key price areas to look at. But again, I really want to see, if we're just looking at the monthly, I want to see us get it back above this key exponential moving average, which is the 21 exponential moving average. Again, long-term, beautiful chart here. We just got to be patient. This long-term downward consolidation here really weeds out a lot of people. What we've actually done here, by the way, to all my Digibyte brothers and sisters, the Digibulls, what Digibyte has technically done is created a double bottom. This low this month is pretty much the low from this month. Okay, so what we've done is we created a double bottom right at this price area. Let's mark that orange. Okay, we got a double bottom. If you go to your altcoin charts, there's really 3 categories of altcoin charts. And this is how I would categorize them in terms of from strongest to weakest. Okay, the strongest altcoins are the ones that created a higher low this year. Okay, that's not the category Digibyte falls in. The second strongest would be the altcoins that created double bottoms. Okay, that would be Digibyte. That would be your Harmony one. Okay, and the weaker ones actually created new lows this year relative to 2022. That would be something like an Algorand or a Cardano, as Jim Cramer says. Okay, so again, just being unemotional about it and kind of speaking to the charts. Let's look at price indicators. Ignore the blue circles. Stochastic RSI, we're not above 20, but very good to see. You can see a bullish cross here. We're at 18 over 12, so getting very close to a positive cross on the stochastic RSI, all right? Look at this MACD. Again, the MACD is getting more action than the crypto bull god. Look, this thing has rounded out, it's kissing, and it's looking to curl up, okay? Very similar, okay? Again, coiling up, coiling up, coiling up. I want you guys to walk away with a lot of these charts thinking, wow, price and price indicators seem to be coiling up on a lot of these charts. So Digibyte is looking good, like it wants to bounce soon with the rest of the market. Let's look at the total market cap. We're not going to look at total 2 and total 3 today. We can look at those. Maybe we'll look at them tomorrow, if not on Monday. Monday, I should be back in my regular office setup, so I'm very much looking forward to that. This is the total cryptocurrency market cap. Let me explain to you what I see here without getting into price levels. Okay, this is the picture I would create to you on total market cap. We're turning around on the MACD to the upside. We're turning around on the RSI to the upside. Look at stochastic RSI is coiling up. All these price indicators are starting to move up, coil up. And look at price. We're just fucking sitting pretty right at this line. We are just fucking flat, man. We're just flat. Oh, everybody that can't read a chart, everyone that isn't into crypto, all the retail investors, okay? All the retail investors that are listening to Jim Cramer. I don't want to be in crypto. This is so boring. I don't want to be in this. Oh my God, we had a correction. Prices are just going sideways. They're not doing anything. Yeah. Price right now is literally just consolidating. This is a good depiction, all right? It's like a little bit of an ocean, right? You got those little waves coming in, all right? Price is just chipping and chopping around like this, but price indicators are starting to fucking coil up, okay? And it's setting up for a potential large move to the upside. That's what I see when I look at this chart. This chart, to me, if I don't care that this says total cryptocurrency market cap. Remove the name for a second. If you pull this chart up to me, you guys know I like to do the live TA Q&A, okay? If someone pulled up this chart to me and I zoomed out like this, first off, it's got beautiful symmetry in it, But if I looked at current price action after this massive correction, and I saw the price indicators sitting the way they were, and I looked at price just going sideways like this, what I would tell you is, okay, I think there is a very, very, very solid probability that we're going to see a strong push to the upside soon. And you got your levels of resistance here. That's what I'd say about this chart. Okay, it looks juicy. The S&P, you guys know, it's very important that the traditional stock market is doing well, because if the traditional stock market is doing well, it's going to be a risk-on environment. Okay, look at the S&P. The orange line was the key area that we wanted to get above. We got it on a candle body close in the monthly for June. Hallelujah. All right. Now we're up here. We got to clear this double. Once we clear this double red area of resistance up here towards like 4,600, it's all off to the races towards our prior all-time highs here. Okay. You can also see, ding, 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 winner, winner, chicken dinner. We got, look, it's turned green for the first time. That's since the first time since August of 2020, guys. All right, since August of 2020, we haven't seen going from red to green. Okay, historically in the past, when we've seen these bullish crosses, again, this is on the monthly for the S&P with the MACD, we've seen very large rises in prices. So we'll have to see and remain patient what happens. But again, we're coiling up. RSI is turning up. Stochastic RSI is coiling up, guys. Beautiful, beautiful looking chart. NASDAQ, guys. Ignore the vertical lines if you weren't here. I discussed the historical context of when the Federal Reserve pauses interest rates, what the next course of action is, an increase or decrease in interest rates. If you didn't catch that video, that was a couple live streams ago. I thought it was a really good conversation. I think that might have been 2 Fridays ago. Could have even have been, is it 2 Fridays ago? Or it might have been 3 Fridays ago. No, 2 Fridays ago. 2 Fridays ago. Well worth the watch. Okay? Again, I appreciate and I listen to a lot of people that cover fundamentals. I myself love to study the fundamentals. I find the economy very interesting. The older I get and the more I study it, I think I've even thought about rebranding my channel at some point to not just be a crypto education channel, but a crypto and economic sort of finance educational channel. Of course, I'd want to get certified in something before I start. Yeah, I don't know, something down the road. But anyway, the whole point is, as much as I appreciate the fundamentals, there's a lot of people who can't read charts, and all they're doing is talking fundamentals, and they listen to the lip service of the Federal Reserve in terms of what is next. You guys know, I believe based on data. It's not my emotional opinion. I believe based on empirical data, the next course of action for the Fed, I believe, will remain paused for several months, after which we are going to decrease interest rates. Something bad is going to be going on to have that happen. So I've just illustrated that here. But look at the NASDAQ, okay? We're pressing right up against resistance. Once we clear this resistance, guys, it's off to the races towards our prior all-time highs. Chart is setting up beautiful. And looky, looky, looky. We got a cross on the MACD here. Very, very good to see. Let's check out the RSIs. Looking great. RSI's all the way up at 62, looking healthy. And the stochastic RSI, as you can see, is looking great. 99 over 86. Dow Jones, haven't looked at this in a long time. Wanted to look at this with you guys. Key moving average. We've maintained prices above that. It's the exponential. It's the 21 exponential moving average. You can see there's a red line of resistance here. We're sort of coiled up here, just waiting for our next move up, in my opinion. If we go to the price indicators real quick, you can see the MACD has flattened out. This is the main indicator I want to focus on here. You can see the MACD has flattened out. The histogram's got light red. Just waiting for that turn up. If we can get the turn up, historically, on a monthly basis, if you go back in time, we can go back many, many decades, okay? We can go back decades and decades and decades. When we get a green cross on the MACD on the monthly, it has historically been very bullish. Guys, I know your sister and your brother, your mother and your father and your grandparents have all talked about 2023 being some monumentally horrific year, right? Who was one of the people who has been here consistently since last year? You can check my YouTube content, okay? Who has been one of the technicians that has been by your side speaking to 2023 not being the year that was being spoken to? I said new all-time highs in the markets and new all-time highs in Bitcoin, right? We got another 6 months to go. We will see how this pans out. Last chart I want to take a look at. This is the DXY. If a lot of people, we're not going to look at the monthly, this is weekly. If a lot of people are having problems trying to understand why I believe the dollar is going to be going down pretty hard, what I did is I inverted the chart. Sometimes when you look at a chart normally, this is the regular DXY chart. Sometimes you look at a chart, it's not making sense based on just the regular view, right? Well, if you invert it, think about this for a moment. If you invert the chart, what you're doing is now when the chart moves up, price is going down, right? So what is bullish is bearish, and what is bearish is bullish. Okay? In this case, we have a flagpole. This is a flagpole. This is an ascending triangle. That is a bullish formation and suggests the candlesticks are going to go up. But again, this is inverted. So if it's a bullish pattern on an inverted chart, it's a bearish pattern on a non-inverted chart. And as you know, if you've been following me for a while, the DXY is inversely correlated to both equity markets and crypto. Okay? So as this thing continues to go down, let's uninvert it. As this thing continues to go down, we should get some nice runs in equities and crypto. And as you can see, I have a target zone here. I ultimately believe that we are going to see the dollar index go all the way down somewhere between 95. I think it's going to go below 95, though. That's the absolute top of the zone. Anywhere between 95 to 89. Sweet spot for me is right between 91, and it looks like more like 92. 92 and 89. Okay? This is what I'm seeing in the charts. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. Let's see what other comments we have here. Nick, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Everyone pump my motherfucking bags. All right, guys. So here's the deal. I'm going to be on tomorrow. You got to make sure to click the bell icon for notifications. So make sure that you click the bell icon so that you can turbo mega pump my charts, as Nick would say. No, so that you can join the live stream because I love doing this content. Oh, I wanted to mention something about that. I love doing this content, but it's only so fun as the people that show up, right? Because I like engaging. I really love engaging with everyone. But Kevin, I can't tell you what to do, my friend. But I will say, based on what you're saying, it's never good. It's never good to sell all of your crypto at one price. Kevin, put my pants. Oh, ding, 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 Kevin. Ding, ding, ding. Chris, what are you saying here? The connection keeps cutting out. Two different platforms are doing it. Two different platforms are doing it. I'm not sure. Not sure what you mean by that, Chris. I do apologize if the connection is bad. That will be rectified on Monday. But what I did want to say is two things real quick before everyone hops off. First off, there's not going to be a TA Q&A today, but there will be a TA Q&A tomorrow. So I know I saw a question come in on Dent, Kevin, but save that for tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. We'll have plenty of time. I promise you. For TA Q&A. So that's the first thing I wanted to get to. The second thing I wanted to get to is Chris, please pump my bags. The second thing I wanted to tell you is that I wanted to express appreciation. I've been doing this YouTube channel now for quite a long time actually now, and I've gotten a lot more serious recently about being consistent in terms of putting out content on the side, in terms of getting some collaboration going on that I want to get into. I should have more time for that. I thought I was going to be a little bit more busy over the next couple of months with some things kind of in the pipeline for me professionally, but that sort of fell to the point where I've been able to apply to YouTube to have my channel monetized, and that means a lot to me. Not just that means a lot to me, not because I need the revenue from YouTube. That's not why. The reason that means a lot to me is because to some level I've been successful enough to apply for that, and I couldn't do it without you guys. And it feels nice to say, hey, I created this thing, and now it's grown to the point where I can actually monetize, and it feels great. It feels great to feel a little rewarded for the efforts that I've put in and will continue putting in. This is just the beginning for me. This isn't, and I shared this before, no matter how successful or unsuccessful I am, I'm not going to be unsuccessful. But no matter the level of success I have over the course of the next 6 months, 12 months, whatever the case is, I'm not planning to stop the YouTube channel. I'm planning to put out more content. That is the plan. This for me is just the beginning. I really want to use this as a gateway towards expanding what I want to do professionally. So, really just wanted to give a moment to. You're a good man, Chris. I shall pump your bags. Um, Shitcoin. No, I really wanted to take a moment to say thank you. I love doing this stuff, and I look forward to continuing to do it at an increasing level. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. I appreciate the support, the continued support. Drop me a comment. Let me know how you feel about the channel in general. I like hearing from you guys. Any suggestions, any positive feedback, I'd appreciate it. And I will be back tomorrow, and I will be back in my regular, thank God, regular office on Monday, and I'm looking forward to that. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and I will catch you tomorrow. Take care of yourself and have a good evening, everybody. Oh, ooh, until next time, spread awareness. Take care of the